Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Trade Sailor Project. For who doesn't know, my name is Katran Galema. I'm an independent liveaboard naval architect, and I've decided to design some sailing trading ships to combat global warming. In this episode, we start phase iteration 2 at the definition stage. So the second iteration. So this is the first step again. Today we're just going to do the definition, and then I'll explain later in the video how we're going to go through the rest of this iteration. So today what we're going to do, first we're going to go through some comments we had on the last video. Thank you very much. We're going to go through the modifications we've highlighted in the previous episode, and then we're going to define our next a new starting point. So let's get going. So the comments. I've got 2 comments on the last video, and 1 comment I got in Facebook I totally forgot in the previous video, so I've added it to this one, and it doesn't matter, it will add to the project. So first, Pete from Gecko Campers, thank you very much. He says he liked the fact that I explained why reducing stability helps the motion. And from Bruno Wiebold, he said he likes that I've read every comment, so I'll include the comments from now on in the video. It's probably something I should have done earlier already, but thanks Bruno for highlighting that. And he's asking if there's any cost calculation coming up. So what I want to do at the end of the next iteration, when we have enough drawings and information for a yard to put a costing together, I want to ask Kamarudin Mansour from K Marine if he can assist me to do a costing. He's in a yard in an area where it probably could be built. And I know he might be interested in building the first one. So, Kamarudin, if you're watching, contact me via Facebook or I'll contact you. And I've got from Mark Berry. Thanks very much, Mark. Is there no need for lifeboat or is there inflatables? There will be inflatable rafts. I had looked it up. Normally, this is something that the flag state would. We don't have a flag state yet, so I just used the SOLAS for that. And we need a rescue boat as well. So I'll add those to the next general arrangement iteration. All right, let's go through the modifications. These are the modifications I highlighted in the last episode, in the evaluation, modification evaluation. And let's have a quick walk through them. So hull and deck, improve the bow shape, like I already indicated in the start. Reduce displacement. We can actually go back down probably to about 300 tons or cubic meters, sorry. And I want to slope the stern more, which will move the longitudinal center of buoyancy forward. That's what we need to reduce the trim down. Yes. Okay, what we got next one is sail rig rather than keel. We've got an increased sail area we could do. I had a look at that. The boats is fairly on about 10 sail area displacement ratio. It can go up a little bit, which help the boat sail in lighter winds. We could add a bowsprit to put on a bigger Genoa or a asymmetrical, and shorten and deepen the keel. So shortening and deepening the keel will help in increasing the angle of vanishing stability, which we'll get to a bit in the stability part. Resistance and power. I've got to add downwind sails to the prediction. This will give a more total image of the boat's ability to sail in all directions. Add stability information also in the calculation, which will help also to give a more realistic image. And I want to optimize the drivetrain, so maybe goes a little bit smaller electric motor. We've got more info now, and I've actually found another company that does this size of electric propulsion systems, so it'll be interesting. I'll contact them as well. General arrangement, we got to raise the aft deck. So that's what I want to do to be able to create some guest accommodations underneath. Outside covered seating area, like I discussed. It'd be nice in the warmer areas to be able to sit outside and have your meal and hang out. We've got mast supports. So I want to detail where the masts actually go down onto the keel, the construction as well actually. Life rafts and rescue boats we need to add. Thanks, Mark. Engine room access. So with the previous iteration didn't have stairs down yet, so I will make this more defined now in the next iteration. Solar panels I want to add as well to be able to so probably on the cargo hatches and on the outside covered seating area. I might cover it with solar panels. And I want to have a look at loading of pallets. So I've got the pallet weights and dimensions. What I found is that the containers not much used in the Pacific areas, especially if you go to the smaller islands, and they use more break bulk and pallets. So pallets is something we could unload as well with the boom. So I will want to set it up for that. And then we've got construction. I want to add a pipe tunnel, or at least a way of getting stuff from the back to the front past the cargo hold. With a reduced need for stability ballast, we can also make a bit of space there. Reduce the weights and change the deck house to steel, just to make the construction simpler. Then we got hydrostatics and stability. I want to optimize the ballast situation, so reduce the amount of ballast we need, especially in the lighter load conditions. This will also help the boat to go a bit faster when lightly loaded. Reduce initial stability, so reduce the beam. Actually, should have put it with hull and deck. And increase the angle of vanishing stability, like I said, by deepening the keel and adding the deck house to the buoyant volume. And that was it for the modifications. And all of that brings us to the next starting point. So I've got a length overall of 30 meters, which hasn't changed. We've got a length waterline. I've increased it a little bit to 29.7 to get it as long as possible. We've got a beam of from it was 7.1 and we're going to 6.9 meters. It's a big step. We'll see how we go with it. The displacement we went from 325 cubic meters, and we go back to 300 cubic meters. Sail area was 450 square meters, and I want to see if we can pump it up to 500 square meters. We've got a crew. We've got four crew members, 4 packs, and I want to go to 4 crew plus 4 passengers. So we're going to see if we can squeeze 8 people below the raised aft deck, and this will help us bring some extra people on board. And then the cargo capacity stays 130 tons, which looks pretty good. But also I want to change it into be able to fit 150 pallets in the space of the 4 containers. So yeah, that's our starting point. So that was it for this week's definition. This week I'm going to do all the next 4 steps. This hull and deck, keel and rudder, sail and rig, and the general arrangement. I want to also make it a bit more dynamic, so I might do a bit of filming during my activities. And then we can discuss the outcomes of these steps. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to like and share this to your friends or anything person you think might be interested or have an interest. And hope to see you next week. Bye.